most of weird people that I have experienced that they wear negative power glasses. Okay, some of them once in a while they wear positive, like from 2006 chemical department Riaz Bhai, Mr. Riaz from Chennai. He had a plus power glasses because when he was class 5 student, a cricket ball hit his eye, so from that on moment on he had to use. But in most of the, like 90% of the cases, I guess weird people and engineers, most of them, many of them, if not most of them, use glasses. Okay, and some plan to when the glasses become very heavy, then they may plan to actually take operations like LASIK operation, and I also did the same until February 2014. I used glasses. I started to use glasses when I was a class 10 student in 1996. I needed them when I was in 94, but I did not use glasses for the first 2 years, and later when I was class 10 student, I started using them. And in 2014, uh, when I was already, like, let's say 34 years old almost, that's when I thought that I have had enough. Now I need to get rid of glasses. That's when I took the LASIK operation back in 2004. That's also I gathered some money, almost 50 to 60,000 taka in those days, which would be like 2 or 2.5 lakhs taka nowadays, to take the operation. But I did not gather the enough courage. I proposed to my parents that whether I should be taking this operation. They said no. But in 2014, I said no. I have had enough, because I do not have exactly the nose like Pinocchio. Okay, so my nose couldn't take the burden of glasses, heavy glasses, and also the heavy frame anymore. It was my mistake to buy a heavy frame, so I decided to take the operation. I guess it was not so bad after all, but the problem was with the surgeon, Miss or Mrs. Roxana Riaz or something like that, from home district Faridpur, and she passed for MBBS from Borishal Medical College, and she described Borishal as a horrible place, full of water and snakes, etc. So that's when I knew what a narrow mind she had. This lady with her associates did the operation. Okay, LASIK operation. I was the third patient in the row. Did that on every Thursday. But in my case, they forgot to. Especially she either forgot, or she purposefully did not say that I had to constantly look at the red laser light, and I must not look away. Since I was, what should I say, nearsighted, so I did not see any red spot clearly. But if she had told me that earlier, then I would be looking for that red light and would be constantly staring at it, so the operation would be proper. Okay, but since she did not do that, I guess on purpose, like, or maybe she forgot to do that because I was the third patient. If I was the first patient, he must have mentioned that. Okay, but doctors have to be more careful. So I started doing that during the 1 minute operation with my right eye. This is my right eye. I looked to and fro like this, like I didn't know where to particular look at. I thought it was okay, no problem. Thought the operation system was so sophisticated and accurate that no matter where I looked, it would perform its work correctly. But I was wrong. The system and the technology was not that much developed at that time. I guess it is still not developed. You have to constantly look at the light, red laser light, in a fixed gaze. Okay, but the left eye operation was okay because I already know in this case. So that's why I suggested people. And now I had to go through so many problems. See, my right eye is very small. My left eye isn't that big, so much big. I had to go through so many complications. I took the operation in 2014 and 2017. I started suffering from a rare medical condition. It seemed to be a lack of constant lack of potassium. I do not, and because of lack of potassium, my eyes get red every few days if I do not take potassium supplements like potassium chloride tablets like Electro K, this sort of syrup. So, and first of all, not only did she make mistake in the operation, but when I went there on Saturday, 2 days after the operation, and I told her that the right eye operation was not properly done. She got furious, and she wanted to say that she wanted to establish that it was because of my own fault. When she actually pretended to test my eyesight, she told me to cover my right eye. I did that. You see, I did not touch my eye fully, but she started to scold me as if I touched my eye like this. So that's when I know she made the mistake, and she is not going to confess that, and she was actually planning to get rid of me because she didn't like need people like me who are a failure. Okay, she needed only people with only the minor problems, because so that LASIK operation is dangerous if the doctor is not, if the surgeon is not cautious, if they do not have the proper mindset. So that's the reason people actually go to India, because in Bangladesh the physicians and doctors, the nurses, they might have the capability, okay, they have the might have the knowledge, but not the manners, and then sometimes they are so neglectful. That's why when people go to India and other countries like Singapore to get the medical treatment done, I do not get surprised. Surprise, it's all natural.